So, what's something you want to tell girls and women who dream of a life in motorsports but feel like it's out of reach or unattainable?
Well, funnily enough, that was me, like literally 3 years ago. I didn't think this life was ever within my reach. It wasn't something that, I just woke up and chose to do, and that I had the luxury to do it. I actually had so many sacrifices along the way. And if there's something that I could tell all these young girls and boys is that, I feel like these days there's always that certain pressure to fit in, to belong, and to follow a certain footstep of what others are doing, what's trendy, what should I wear, and this and that. And for a long time, I did that. I did so much just to feel like I would fit in. The way I dressed for a long time, I felt like at the track, everyone was so boyish. I had to kind of forget my feminine side, but in reality, that was actually the complete opposite. And if there was an advice I'd give, it's probably it's not about how well you blend in, but how boldly you stand out and embrace your individualities and just find passion and pursue it.
Thank you so much. That was really nice. Thank you.
Next question at the back.
Hi Bianca, right here. Rafael Bandeirel from PTV4. The Philippines right now is coming off its most successful campaign in the Olympics. And as someone who's also been representing the country on the international stage, is that something that you draw inspiration from?
100%. Olympics is incredible. I've grown up watching it as well, and obviously when Heidelin won, she brought our first ever gold medal, and that, honestly, I drew so much inspiration from that. To see a woman dominate, and obviously weightlifting is also another very male competitive field, and regardless, she still pursued it, and to see all the setbacks she faced and still overcame it for the Olympics, and to finally get that lift done, and obviously for Carlos as well. It's been a hard path for him, and he's gone through as many Olympics to get his gold, and to get 2 of them, honestly, that's incredible. It's a dream of mine to obviously achieve a gold medal for Philippines, but not in my sport, unfortunately. So it is incredible to see them do that, and honestly, I'm very much so inspired, especially like Carlos. I feel like we are somewhat similar age, and to kind of see the sacrifices and the hard work he's putting in for the sport, and obviously to represent the country is amazing.
Thank you.
Here in the middle.
Hey Bia, first of all, nice to finally meet you in person. Louis from Philstar. Bianca, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but for all the races you've had this season, you've scored points. Of course, there's ups and downs in the whole season, but I guess what has been your secret for consistency so far this season?
I think that was actually the main thing that McLaren wanted me to work on. They said that they don't care about a driver that can do one fast lap. They need a driver that can be consistently fast. And I think that was something I lacked last year, and I've said that admittedly that I was a very inconsistent driver. I had good days. I had days where I didn't even score points. I had days where I was winning races, and I was a roller coaster, and that was because of my lack of control of my emotion. I was always driven by my emotion to a certain point that I lose control, and I think that might be because I was immature, I was young, and this year, like I said, I had to grow up a lot, and McLaren giving me the support of a sports psychologist to be able to talk about how I feel, how to deal with pressure, mind setting, which is very important. I think that is actually, the main thing that helped me improve my performance this year was just to have the support of McLaren and to have that sports psychologist to work on those things.
All right. And for Sir Mandy, you talked about the growing participation of women in motorsports here in the Philippines. Just how important are role models like Bianca to be able to inspire more young women to, pick up their helmets and drive?
I think that she's a very, very important figure in this movement to attract more women to the sport. The FIA has gone into this program to attract more women competitors by putting up things like F1 Academy. And in the Philippines, we would like to attract more ladies into the sport. There was a time when there were no women in the sport. And if I might recall, Bianca was one of the first to compete in the national championship. Of course, she did very well, but you know, really, if a lady is interested, there are so many ways of joining, and in the end, it all depends on how much passion you have for the sport. If you have the same amount of passion like the lady beside me has, you will go a long way. No, nothing will stop you. I mean, Bianca just she said something which really struck me when I was reading it. She said, I am willing to bleed for the sport. If you have an attitude like that, you'll go places.
Thank you so much.
In the middle or here? Yeah, in the red shirt. Hi Bianca, John Gardisi